Welcome, seriously welcome to a John Legg fragrance review. You know what, you are so welcome at this channel, and it is my privilege and my honour to be able to speak to you, so thank you for coming to this channel. Right, now, if you've been here before, you've noticed that I've set myself a challenge a little while back of £15, no more than £15, including the postage and the packaging, trying to find a good fragrance for under £15. And I was actually blown away. I didn't realise at first how many there were. There are literally hundreds of these fragrances, sort of 12, 13, £14. And I tell you what, of the ones I've had, I've actually hit on some real good ones, okay? Now, I came across a range by LATTAFA Perfumes made in the United Arab Emirates. They're all 60ml, okay, so they're not the 400ml. They're all eau de perfumes, and I have to say they have all blown me away in one way or another. Okay, so there they are. We've got the original Ana Abiyedh, just the EDP, okay. Then we have the Ana Abiyedh Rouge. You see, let's try to focus it. And then we have the Ana Abiyedh, the leather. Okay, now, like I say, they're all 60ml. They're all eau de perfumes. Let's look at those. I've individually reviewed them, but let's look at them as a range, okay? So as far as I'm aware, that's the full range of these at the moment. Now, I've purchased them all on eBay, okay, and they range between, I think it was £11 and 8 pence up to £13 and 49 pence. So these all represent incredible, unbelievable value for money, okay, because I will say, hand on heart, all of them, they all perform well. However, let's look at the bad side of each one, and then let's look at the good side of each one. So, what's the bad side of the Ana Abiyedh Rouge? Okay, the bad side of this is if you smell it on your skin, it's a massive turn off, because it's like a chemical mess. You know, I've had some people, they spray it and then they go right up there and they say it's like an old school medical cupboard, or it's like I've heard people say it's like paint stripper, or it's like nail varnish remover, because close up this is a chemical mess, shall we say. But do you know what? It has to be smelt in the air, sort of, you know, as it's projecting, okay? So that is a bit of a chemical mess close up. Now, this is obviously supposed to be a copy of Baccarat Rouge 540, and you know what? It does the job really well. It's Baccarat Rouge 540, but it has like a fruity note over the top, which makes, if you're not too keen on Baccarat Rouge, you know, the original, the harsh Baccarat Rouge, this makes it very acceptable. So the downside of this is don't smell it up close. What's the downside of the original, just the EDP? Now, the problem is with this, I actually am a massive fan of this. I fell in love with this when I smelt it. But possibly out of the three, this is the least performance, okay? They're all good, and this is not far behind the other two, but out of the three, the original EDP is the least performance, okay? What's the bad side of the Ana Abiyedh leather? Okay, I should have realised this by the name, but this is really leather dominant, and it's not like a suede leather, it's not like a leather just as a supporting note. This is like a hairy biker leather, okay? This is like a horse saddle leather, and I discovered for myself that I didn't really know this before I smelt it. I'm not a massive fan of the leather. Okay, so that's the downside of that. It really is pungent, and the other notes that are with it give it like a real sort of a punchy, leathery, nettle stinging. Oh, it's harsh, this one. So that's the downside of that. Now we've got the downside out of the way. Let's look at the upside. Which of the three projects the best? Okay, by far this one, and it's a good job because up close this is a mess. Okay, you smell it on your skin, it's a massive turn off. For a good 2, 3, 3.5 hours, this fires off you. and people around you, you walk into the room and everyone can smell it. This one is unbelievable in terms of its projection. I'll give this a 10 out of 10 for value in terms of its projection. In terms of its scent, I would say it's like a 9 out of 10 because it is an amazing scent. Okay. What's the positive side of this one? Oh no, I've got to spray this one. Okay, now I probably need to put myself into rehab because this has become my current addiction. I just can't stop smelling this one. They laugh at me at work because every sort of half an hour, excuse me, I'm putting it on. It's the least performance of the three, but in terms of its smell, for me, it's the best of the three. It's a beautiful vanilla, a little bit of saffron, a little bit of woods. It's almost like a plasticky, smooth vanilla. It's just, I need to, this is, look, I've had it 2 weeks and I'm way over halfway down it. Unbelievable. Right, what's the good side about the leather one? Okay, the good side is that out of all of these three, this has the best performance. This goes on for a mighty long time. Now, I found it annoying because I realised quite early on I wasn't a massive fan of the smell, but in terms of performance, this this just keeps going and going and punches you around the nose with a real leathery, bittery leather sort of note. Okay, so that's the range. Now, if you're the kind of person who is expecting, like I was a few months back, to spend 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 pound on a designer fragrance, try these. Because at the top one, I can't remember which one it was, one was £13.49. You know what? These represent unbelievable value for money. They all perform good. They all project well. They all smell amazing. And you know what? They shame a lot of designer fragrances because they really do represent unbelievable value for money. So hopefully if you've gone onto eBay and seen these three and thought, which one shall I buy? Hopefully this video has helped you sort of decide exactly which one you're going to go for, all right? And you know what? If you buy all three, trust me, you won't regret it because you've only spent like 12, 13 pound. These things are well worth buying. So if you would kindly thumbs up, if you would kindly subscribe, I'd be so grateful and honoured. And I'd like you to stay safe, stay happy, spray fragrance every day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.